Hey, Cooter!
Joe!
Check this out. There's Anywhere But Here, man, on this here podcast.
Oh, I like me some podcasts, man.
What y'all talking about?
We're talking about Anywhere But Here.
What's anywhere but here? Anywhere but here in Mississippi?
No, man, Anywhere But Here over in England.
Hey, we ain't in England.
I know, but that's where the England's from.
What?
Hey, Cletus, remember when we went and saw that movie about the wars in the stars and they had like lightsabers and stuff like that? Well, these people here talk about things we like.
Really?
I guarantee.
Well, hot diggity damn. What we waiting for?
Anywhere But Here podcast.
Hello and welcome back to Anywhere But Here. This is episode number 70.
It is.
It is.
70.
You can find us at abhpod.com, where there is a banner up in the right-hand corner where you can make all your Amazon purchases, which helps us out because we get 5% of what you spend.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
And that means we
that's
can...
if you use the banner.
Yeah, which you should,
Which some
because
people don't.
people don't. Scott.
And Scott.
And Scott.
Yeah.
And me, occasionally.
And you
if
occasionally.
I'm
And I'm
honest.
not allowed, so because it's my account.
You've got an excuse.
I've got an excuse. Yeah, go and support
But no
us.
one else has an excuse, not
No.
even me.
No, Tom. So, yeah, go and support. That is the easiest and actually only way you can support us because we haven't really set up anything.
No,
else, have
we don't have any of those other
I suppose you could
sponsorships.
put a PayPal button, but I don't know.
We could try doing a donations
It's
button,
because,
I
like,
guess.
what if somebody does want to help us, but they don't actually need anything? Then they've got to
Yeah.
find something to buy.
I suppose, but you can buy everything on Amazon. That's the thing.
Yeah,
you can literally buy anything.
But what if you don't want everything?
And you just want to give some money away.
Yeah, people like to give.
Well, in that case, give us a message on Facebook, perhaps, or at
Yeah.
gmail.com.
Let us know if that's a good idea. I mean, I know people do it, and I don't fault anyone for doing it at
No,
all,
not
but
at all. Every little helps at the end of the day.
I just wish I could do it, but I don't even like people asking. Like, I don't like asking. If someone says, hey, you're doing a sponsored run, I'm going to sponsor you. And if they forget to give me, I don't like asking for the money.
Yeah,
even
no,
though they've
I'm-
pledged the money to me.
I'm the same.
I hate asking for money.
Yeah.
So, yeah, go and support us on Amazon and let us know if you want to just donate and we'll sort something out.
Yeah, email us at anywhere but here.
No.
No, it's abhpod@gmail.com, isn't it?
You
That's
haven't
it.
done that for so long.
No, I've done
getting
done
better at
well.
that.
I've done well up until now.
Yes. Yeah. You can also let us know on Twitter if you want at abhpod or on our Facebook, facebook.com/abhpod.
Indeed. And then the last thing that we do, I suppose, is youtube.com, where you can see us pointing at you and smiling and waving. Over at youtube.com/ABH podcast.
ABH podcast because
Yes.
somebody else has ABH pod as
Bastards.
a personal YouTube account. I
Yeah,
think.
bit strange that.
Yeah. Maybe we should get on at him.
Maybe. Well,
Ask
we'll
for
see
it.
if he's actually active first.
Yeah.
I mean, let's
well,
face
yeah, I
it.
suppose.
I don't
If
want to
he
take
uses
anything.
I don't want to take it
Yeah.
away.
He's probably been doing it longer than we've been doing
Yeah,
this.
as it's nearly the beginning of the month, actually, isn't it? 5
It is.
days away. Yeah, so at the beginning of the month, if you go over to podcastland.com,
All right.
at like the 1st of May or something, because they renew every May, and then go and vote for us over there.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
that get us as the podcast of the month.
We should put that out there a little bit more, I feel.
Yeah, but it's only relevant at the beginning of a month.
Yeah.
Because if people go in at the end of a month, like if people start voting now, like other podcasts have had the whole month
Yeah.
to build up votes.
Okay,
So if
well-
you leave it 5 days,
Yeah, leave it until next
like the
episode.
first.
Maybe we'll put
well, yeah,
a,
next episode might be a better idea.
yeah.
Easier to remember.
Yeah.
Go and vote for us over there.
We'll have to remember to actually tell you to vote for us as well.
Yeah, I suppose, and you can find us on iTunes and Stitcher
And Pocket Cast.
and Pocket Cast.
You can get us on Windows.
Yeah,
Mobile
yeah,
as well.
I suppose, yeah.
But if you're
Anyway, you
listening
get
to
them,
us,
look
you
for us.
probably already know. But
Yeah, but there might be some people might go, I like to use Stitcher, but they never say Stitcher.
this
so-
is true. This is true.
Except we say it every
You can-
week.
you
I
can-
like Stitcher, actually. I listen to us on Stitcher to get our listening figures up. To get
I
us
listen
up the
through
list.
iTunes
Yeah.
because that's what I have.
Yeah.
I don't have a funky phone, so I just use my iPod.
Yeah.
But you can use whatever you want
And
to.
it's an iPod Classic as well.
Yeah, I know, because I'm old school and I
Well,
have
not a
that
classic,
much.
it's a colour, isn't it?
And I have that
iPod
much
colour.
music that
Yes.
I need that much space.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where this is going.
I don't know either. I'm a little bit not with it because I've been at work a lot. Well, I've been
Yeah.
on lates, so I'm always more tired on lates because I go to bed at stupid hours of the morning, and then I've done 12 hours yesterday as well, and I'm just not with it, so I haven't really
fair
got
enough.
a lot.
That's all right. It's okay. I've looked a bunch of stuff up. Joe has Joe's been good and kind of
Yes, I saw like 3 notifications
yeah.
yesterday of Joe saying it's Saturday. They need content.
Yeah, that's it.
Send
Yeah.
to them.
And again, that's something that we encourage you to do is send us in stuff just in case we have a week where we're too busy with work and overtime and things like that, which does happen.
Yeah, anything you find a bit weird or funny or something we might like. I know it's broad, like Phil said, it's a broad thing saying send us stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
or just share whatever you find interesting on the internet, and then if we find it interesting, we'll talk about it. Basically,
yeah, I've seen a video that I've got one thing that I've seen come up quite a few times this week that I stole.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So.
And also, if you remember a few episodes back, we did a thing with Speech Jammer and Voice Jammer.
Yeah,
apps.
we did. Yeah.
If you can send us some more of those.
Yeah, I know Robbie's planning to.
Planning to do some. I think Joe's planning on doing one as well. So yeah, if you can send us your speech jamming tongue twisters or poems or whatever it is that you fancy reading while you're reading it through Speech Jammer, which, you know, screws with how you talk, then please do send it to us at abhpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, no, you were right. You stopped yourself.
Double guessed myself that time.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Phil, he sent us a massive email in.
He did.
That I need to go through with a fine-tooth comb and read.
Right.
There's a section in there he doesn't want us to talk about.
Okay. Oh, that's intriguing.
But yeah, he sent us a really interesting email. Really good ideas again.
Righto.
Yeah, so
well, thanks,
we'll
Phil.
go through with that after we've recorded.
I'm
and
sure
Robbie
he'll
sent a few in as well.
Yeah.
About the last episode, which people seem to like and hate in equal measure.
Yeah,
I
we
think.
got good feedback from your Yahoo questions bit at the end.
Yeah, and Sean on Nashcast, they actually covered it the same week.
Yeah, the exact same set of questions. They focused on different ones though, which is quite good. You know, they.
So if you want to hear more of them, because we didn't put the link out there.
No, we didn't. Did we?
I emailed it to us so we would remember, and then we totally forgot to put it out there. But yeah, go over and listen to Nashcast and their latest episode. What number is it? I don't do episodes.
I don't
it's
know.
just their latest one.
I think
it's
24
It was released
or
on the
5
19th
or
of
something.
May.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I noticed the date, but not the episode number. But yeah, if you go over and listen to Nashcast's latest episode, and they went through the list of questions as well, and the questions are just funny.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous, stupid people.
Hopefully, I've got a couple of lists for later on in the episode here.
Lists are good.
Lists are good. Yeah.
We understand why BuzzFeed is just
exists.
a website of lists.
So this week we voted in the European elections. You got to vote in local council.
Yes, local
elections.
and European.
I didn't.
There were a few regions that didn't do. Well, there were a lot of regions that didn't do the local elections.
Like
but yeah, Maidstone had 20 seats up for grabs, and UKIP won 4 of them.
Which is worrying.
Yeah, a little bit.
Very, very
now
worrying.
Have 4 UKIP councillors. Yeah, and who else? Lib Dem lost 1.
Lib Dems lost 1, but Labour gained 1.
Yeah.
And the Conservatives lost 4, but UKIP gained 4. So there's a
Yeah.
direct correlation
There
there.
does seem to be, doesn't there?
Yeah.
It is very worrying how well UKIP did, but they don't hold any power in any constituency.
No.
Which is good. They just have councillors. Maidstone actually has no overall council now, no overall party. So we were a Conservative
stronghold for quite a while.
Yeah, for quite a while, and now we have no. We actually haven't ever had anyone. It's either been nothing or Conservative.
Yeah.
If you look at the history of Maidstone.
Yeah, it's never been Labour, never been Lib Dem.
It's just been Conservative or equal rule. But yeah, we have a hung council.
Yeah, because it could be that we come out on the strength of the local elections. It could be that we have a hung parliament next time round, and
Again.
actually they'd have to do coalitions, or they'd have to be.
Yeah, which has worked really well this time.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, it's been good for the, Conservatives, because if anything goes wrong, they go, "Oh, it was Lib Dem's fault," and if anything and Lib Dem go, "No, it was Conservatives' fault."
Yeah, it's funny though how
it's like my team leaders at work; they just blame each other.
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians. Yeah,
nobody willing to take any sort of blame. No, take responsibility for stuff going wrong.
That's it. It's an interesting state of affairs, but it worries me that UKIP is now the 4th largest party.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they won overall in England. They won. Is that
They won
161
seats. Yeah, on top of what they already had in the first place. It's a worrying state of affairs. But the Green Party's up there as well, which is quite good, you know.
Yeah. They're fifth, aren't they? They've gained. I mean, they didn't actually gain any.
No.
Oh, no, that's not. Oh, I don't know. Like that banner.
The banner keeps changing at the top there.
Because they go to different districts. And things now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, UKIP. I saw one. Like, there's a Polish guy. He's lived in England for 8 years now, I think he said. So he's legal to vote and stuff, and he's always talking about sort of political things at work and stuff. And then he's saying about how stupid... And he's complaining about politics. So, did you go and vote then? He goes, no, politics are fucking stupid. Like, what... And I mean, that's how I used to be.
Yeah.
And then I kind of grew up and then I understood, like, I did the whole thing where I tried to come up with a different... view of looking at it. I said, look, would you rather get attacked by a cat or a lion? So they both suck balls, but you'd rather have the lesser of two
You're going to
evils.
get hurt either way.
So even though politics is shit, I'd rather have the less shit person,
the
less dangerous person in power.
And sometimes, unfortunately, it is better the devil you know.
Yeah.
What I've been watching this banner as we've been talking, and UKIP actually last time round had 3 seats. They've gained 161, which means they now have 164 seats. That's a worry.
The results for the European election come out today.
Yes,
so
which means
really
that we won't be
fucking worried.
Yeah, I mean, I think UKIP have already got one seat on the European Parliament anyway.
Which is, that's fine.
That's cool. But if they gain any more, I mean, we've
got. Is it 10? Oh no, South East have got.
The South East have got 10. The whole country
for the EU.
The country as a whole has got 73 seats up
for grabs.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And we should have 10. We should have.
Both take a drink
I don't know. That's
time?
really stupid, wasn't it? But we should have more seats than anyone else because we're closest to Europe.
Well, yeah.
So, but worrying that UKIP are getting in down here in these.
Yeah, UKIP put most up for down here. So basically, if anything, if they do win any power, they can instantly blow up the tunnel.
Yeah.
They don't have to wait. They can just go, no, fuck it, blow it up.
Well, we're in power now anyway.
Yeah.
But so I went out and I voted. It was raining and miserable and horrible.
Seems apt, really, doesn't it?
Joe had put in for postal voting because it's just easier than leaving the house.
Right.
So the
that usually means you can't go to the...
No, but there was a thing on the inside saying that we had to go to the polling station, so we did. I didn't argue against this because I'd just got in from work.
Yeah.
And so we wandered around to the polling station, got up there, and they wouldn't let her vote because she was a postal voter, even though there were no...
Postal
She
votes.
said that there was no postal vote inside the envelope, but I was down for regular voting, so I went and voted.
But she done exactly the same thing for both of yours.
No, she didn't. She wasn't allowed to vote.
Oh.
But well, this is the thing. Yeah. She put down for the both of us to have
postal votes. She was told you're not allowed, but then when you went there, she was told she couldn't vote.
Yeah, but I could because I wasn't down for the postal vote. Then we got back and I looked through the envelope and she'd ripped it up.
Joe had?
Yeah.
What, she ripped her postal vote?
Her postal vote.
Oh, so she didn't get to vote?
Yeah, she didn't get to vote.
Oh,
because...
good. Okay, so when...
Yeah.
I did worry when I saw the comment that said she made a mistake. I thought she meant she voted UKIP by accident or something. She put a cross in the wrong box because she wasn't paying attention. Okay.
No, it wasn't
I
quite
suppose no vote is better than a UKIP vote.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true. But she could have used that one vote to vote for anyone else.
Made all the difference.
There was a party up for the European elections in Medway. I don't know whether it was the same down here, the Roman party.
I didn't actually. I just looked for the one that I wanted to vote for. I didn't look at all of them.
I did look down. There were 2 parties that I hadn't ever heard of before. One of them was Your Voice.
That's new. Did you see? Oh fuck. You start a thought without thinking about it, and then you realise you can't remember the name. Carry on, I'll sit and try.
And then the other one was this Roman party who had one candidate.
Oh, really?
Just one. You know how they have like lists of like 5 or 6 councillors? Yeah. And the symbol was like a Roman helmet. I don't, but the thing is, like, I hadn't read up on.
I've seen that symbol. I just didn't read the party.
Yeah, no, it's weird. They were or like the historical Roman party or something like that.
There's been a lot. There's like been the. You got UKIP, and then there was like an independent.
There was the Independence Party. There's obviously the British National Party.
Was there a Socialist Party? Not
socialist.
The
National. Yeah, National Socialist. There is a Socialist Party.
There was like an international party that basically wanted there to be no rule, like the world to act as one.
Yeah, like an anarchist party or something.
Yeah,
like that.
well, yeah, it's kind of been like, oh, because people are more likely to do if they. It was the whole. Is it Marxist? Was it like it was that sort of thing where it's like under one rule and nobody gets paid for work and everyone works for free to try and it's like but then what if you get loads and loads of people who want to do these really cool jobs and no one wants to be a bin man?
Yeah,
and then you have to make someone be a bin man, and then you've kind of become a dictatorship because you're making people do jobs.
and this is where we get into communism.
Yeah.
And communism is a great idea in principle.
But it doesn't work.
It just doesn't
because
work.
of that reason.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
there are people that don't want to do the shit jobs and then they are made to do that shit job. And then it becomes a dictatorship, which nobody likes.
Yeah.
And then you get people an uprising of people. And
Which is why there are really no...
And then you become
Decent.
North Korea.
Yeah, there are no decent communist states anymore. You
No.
know, the Russian Federation got broken up back in the 80s or 90s. Cuba is still communist, but
Nobody trades
no
with
one
them.
gives a fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, and North Korea just are ridiculous.
Everyone gives a fuck because they're like, oh my God, have you seen what they're doing now?
Yeah. So it's all a bit strange. It's like anarchy. Anarchy's a good idea in principle, but the idea of not having a leadership structure and no rules is stupid.
You need a mediator.
Yeah,
which is basically Parliament.
Yeah.
You need someone to mediate.
Basically,
you know.
there need to be rules.
Right, we need to stop because we don't talk about politics.
Yeah,
We're
no,
not a political podcast.
Let's not talk about politics anymore.
Once every 5 episodes.
Yeah.
Or 3, whatever. But yeah, so
Something else I've been waiting to talk about for a couple of weeks because
which
it's
kind of
still
relates to politics.
politics. I thought I'd still segue it into, but it's more about the United Nations. There has been, I don't know whether there's been an update on this story because this is nearly 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
But basically, the United Nations is going to be debating killer robots at a meeting of experts in Geneva fairly soon. It might already have happened.
Yeah, I'd started to read this. I think after you sent it. I think did you post it somewhere on Twitter? I think like from your personal Twitter.
No, I've kept it as a favourite on my laptop. I don't think I tweeted it out. I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Basically they've got 2 robotics experts, Professor Ronald Arkin and Professor Noel Sharkey, to
such a cool name.
Noel Sharkey.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. To just debate the efficiency or necessity of killer robots, or what they're going to call certain conventional weapons.
What does that mean?
I don't know. The report's going to be presented in November, so it hasn't happened yet, so that's good. But this is going to be the first time that the issue of killer robots or lethal autonomous weapon systems will be addressed within the CCW.
Yeah, the word autonomous is the scary word,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. When you hear robots, you
Killer
kind
robot,
of
you think, oh, drone, so there's still someone there to push a button to make the decision.
yeah, but autonomous
Takes
is
that away.
it's the beginning of SkyNet. It's all going to happen.
Yeah.
A killer robot is a fully autonomous weapon that can select and engage targets without any human intervention. They do not currently exist, but advances in technology are bringing them closer to reality.
Mm-hmm.
Those in favour of killer robots believe the current... This sounds like an episode of Futurama or something, doesn't it?
Killer robots.
Believing the current laws of war may be sufficient to address any problems that might emerge if they are ever deployed, arguing that a moratorium, not an outright ban, should be called if this is not the case. However, those who oppose their use believe they are a threat to humanity and any autonomous kill function should be banned. Autonomous weapon systems cannot be guaranteed to predictably comply with international law.
Yeah.
Professor Sharkey told the BBC, nations aren't talking to each other about this, which poses a big risk to humanity. And I mean, that's the thing. Wars aren't really... like they were 100 years ago now, where there is a certain set of rules that both sides kind of comply with.
That's always seemed strange to me.
It's odd,
about
isn't
war,
it? Yeah,
isn't it?
like there are rules about engagement.
We're gonna kill you, fuckers. Yeah, but you can't use guns,
and you can't use nerve gas,
and you
or...
can't go until somebody says go.
Yeah,
like
it has
you've
to
gotta
be
wait for the
agreed that
countdown.
we're at war.
Yeah, that has always seemed weird to me.
Mm.
But I mean, it's in history, isn't it, where the armies kind of meet on a battlefield, and
Yeah,
then the leaders
the
go
two
into
generals
the middle,
went and
they go
talked
and
it
talk
out.
to each other.
Yeah, and they would actually set down a set of rules almost.
Yeah.
You know.
You're not allowed to use that area over there. This is our home base. When we're over here,
Yeah.
you can't attack us. It's like a game of tag in the playground.
Basically,
or something,
Risk.
yeah, yeah. They set up a table in the middle and have a couple of dice.
Right, I'm sending. This is why they've got those massive boards with all the countries on them. They
Yeah.
push the squares around with big shovels. or
Yeah, it's,
whatever they were.
yeah, well, yeah. I don't know what they are.
I don't know what they're
But
called.
yeah,
But yeah, it's but like I say, war isn't really like that anymore. In that most wars nowadays are against kind of guerrilla forces that don't play by
yeah,
the UN's rules
yeah.
on war, which is true. So effectively, a walking weapon would be targeting people that just look like regular civilians. And bearing in
Yeah.
mind a lot of civilians in like African and Middle East countries, you see them kind of wandering around with weapons anyway.
Yeah, it does seem odd. It's like the killer robot has to select who it poses as a threat, or is it like, I mean, as it's a robot, they've got to select the right people. So what, did the army uniforms now, is like a UN rule going to be like, you have to sew an RFID chip into your uniform so the robot can target the right people?
It's just weird,
It's a
isn't
bit
it?
like-
It's so strange. It's like
Because I'm sure it said in the article I read, it might be that one where it's going to be, it will take out the human error element. And it's kind of like, well, yeah, but all the other army have to do is dress up as the friendlies.
well, yeah,
And then you're
or
safe.
get a chip, like you say. If they're chipped, then like clone a chip to put in their own uniforms. It seems a little bit odd. I'm sure that there's more to it than that, but
I suppose that's what they're discussing, isn't it?
yeah. He went on to state that killer robots may be better able to determine when not to engage a
Yeah.
target than humans, and could potentially exercise greater care in doing so. That was Professor Arkin.
I don't believe that, though.
Which Professor Sharkey said, "I'm concerned about the full automation of weapon." Can't read today. Concerned with the full automation of warfare. I mean, I don't see how a robot would be able to.
Humans can detect subtleties in
Yeah.
behaviour that robots
It's
won't
why
be able
you'll
to.
never be able to replace jet pilots.
Like, a human can tell if you're about to, if you, like a fast movement, if you're putting your hands up,
Yeah.
or if you're bringing your gun up, whereas I don't know if a robot would be
No.
able to.
I mean,
suppose they can
yeah.
identify weapons. Maybe weapons would have to be manufactured with chips in them, so
I
the
guess
robot
so.
can tell.
It's just
It's-
really odd, isn't it? Because it's kind of, it sounds like the beginnings of making some sort of Robocop style.
Essentially, is turning into
Thing.
robot wars. It's like people won't go into a war anymore. They just send their robots in. Whoever's robot wins,
Into
that
gigantic
country wins.
arenas. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I think they should ban football and actually do that. Like,
What,
use all the football arenas as massive robot wars arenas.
that'd be so cool.
Would be pretty cool.
That'd be amazing. Because we don't like sports.
No.
Robot sports are awesome.
Robot sports are fine, yeah. There was this great game on the PlayStation 1. I cannot for the life of me remember what it was called now, but it was kind of like
Twisted Metal.
no.
Oh, okay.
It was
'Cause I
like
was trying to think of that yesterday. All I can remember is the ice cream truck with the clown's head on top.
yes. No, this one was more of it was a sports game. It was like American football, except that all your guys were in robotic suits.
Oh, okay.
And they had weapons and stuff, and you could tear the arms off people.
No, I didn't
Well,
play
yeah,
that
I
one.
can't remember what it
thinking
was
of-
called.
I was thinking of the one when you started saying that, where you're like the top half is a robot and the bottom half's a ball. I can't remember what that's called. Was it Mojo something?
Yeah, it rings a bell.
Yeah.
It rings a bell.
That one was really cool. It was kind of like Marble Madness, but fighting, I believe. I don't know. Let us know if you know what Tom is talking about and what I'm talking about.
Because we don't.
Because I'd like to know. I actually purchased on Steam. They have like the Abe's collection. So I've got
nice.
Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, Munch's Odyssey, and the last one, The Wrath of Something HD.
Yeah, I did.
That was £6.99 on Steam for all of them.
Not bad.
And guess what? I've done what I usually do. I played about a half an hour of it, and I haven't touched it since.
Yeah.
Just like SingStar, we haven't touched since that week.
Have you not?
Nope. Spend £15 on songs, and that's it. It's done. But yeah, those robots. It's scary. I mean, you've got drones anyway.
Well,
but
this
like
is
I
it.
say, they don't automatically fire, do they? Like a human has to target.
This is it. This is why they're saying it's not a discussion about drones because they're yet to operate completely autonomously.
Yeah.
What they're talking about is totally autonomous weapon systems that can target and make decisions all on their own without having anyone sitting there behind a desk controlling it.
And the thing is, the picture doesn't help, but we're imagining... The reason I think it's so scary is because we're imagining them as like bipedal sort of robots.
Yeah.
Like they look like people, but they're walking around with guns and shit.
Yeah. We're thinking about Robocop.
Yeah, Robocop or Terminator.
Yeah.
That is what scares us.
Yeah.
But it won't be. It will be like planes. It will be drones, but fully autonomous drones. And it'll just be stuff like that.
Because there are unmanned things that they're saying the UK successfully tested something called the Taranis, Taranis,
right?
An unmanned intercontinental aircraft in Australia this year.
Yeah,
and DARPA has made advances with the Crusher. Of course, the Americans had to go with something a little bit more fucking, At least ours sounds slightly TARDIS-like.
Well, Taranis is it's not Tyrannus, is it? It's Taranis.
Yeah. If it was TY, like tyranny, then fair enough. But it's not. It's more like TARDIS.
Yeah. But
and the Crusher is an unmanned ground combat vehicle which they've had in production since 2006. That can
DARPA are terrifying.
Yes, they are.
But I mean, like even drones, they're unmanned. Drones. I mean, they're radio controlled, but they're still unmanned vehicles. So if someone shoots a drone out of the sky, a guy's not going to die. It's just the country will lose millions. Yeah, war is just scary.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again. Killer robots could be a thing of the future. I mean, the thing is as well, the picture that comes with the article makes it look like the robot from iRobot is going to be the thing. I don't know quite why they've...
horrible.
Yeah. They look like walking Apple Macs, didn't they?
They did, yeah. They did look like Apple products.
Voiced by Steve Tudyk as well.
Oh, were they?
Steve the Pirate. Not Steve Tudyk, Alan Tudyk.
Yeah. And you don't know him as Wash from Firefly.
No, I don't.
Because you've never seen Firefly, which you really should.
I have, but I don't care because everyone bangs on about it too much.
Yes. I will let you borrow it. It's not a long investment. There weren't that many episodes, unfortunately.
I've watched Serenity as well.
Which is better if you've seen Firefly.
Yeah. Corky made me watch Firefly back in the day.
Wow.
It's passed me by. It's like all those other things. Like things do pass me by and I never go back to them because it's out of context now.
Yeah.
It's like the Goonies. I won't go back and watch the Goonies because I don't see the point.
You're upsetting a lot of people, Tom.
I don't care.
Shut up.
I don't care. I genuinely don't.
Okay. Oh dear, what was my thing? Oh, well, I suppose on the subject of robots, I could probably go for my thing because it's about technology.
Because so is mine actually. The next thing I'm going on to, so it's all good.
It's come up a lot. I've seen only over the last week really, but I've started paying attention to it last night while I was reading when I got home from work. Have you heard about the solar roadways? Have you seen the posts?
I saw someone post something. I think it was... I don't remember who it was. I saw a post about it.
Yeah, but you haven't actually read anything on it?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. It is fucking amazing. It is incredible. Basically, there's this engineering couple. I think they went... There was a competition someone put out. I think the Highways Agency... Not the Highways Agency, but the American version. They put out this thing to find a road surface that they could use to produce energy, blah, blah, blah. And they come up with this design of like a microchip, like it was electronics based, but it's like a solar panel as well.
Yeah.
And it was, and they need to find a surface that was renewable and environmentally friendly to drive on. And they came up with this hardened glass, and they also added like electronics underneath, so it could actually produce energy from the sun.
Right. Okay.
When people are driving on it, but they've also incorporated LEDs, so you could say like put messages in the road if there's a crash up ahead.
Oh right.
And
Okay.
and it's got a sensor, so if there's a crash or a tree falls up ahead, like it can send a signal to say further back in the road,
Yeah.
put a signal down to say slow down. There's been an accident in the road.
That's
and the
very
road
cool.
markings would be the LEDs, and you'd have car parks that could like. They had a demonstration. It was like a computer-generated demonstration. There's like 3 disabled bays, 2 are taken up, and then once the last disabled bay gets taken up, a normal parking bay turns into a disabled bay.
Oh really?
And it's like, so it's like
Wow.
adapts, and children's playgrounds as well. You could have like, you could go there and you could say, I want to play basketball. It sets it up as a basketball.
Oh,
court.
I see.
Oh, we're a preschool children. Set it up as like hopscotch and things like
That's
that.
quite cool.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah. Like, because I'd only seen the picture of it. I hadn't actually read anything into it because it was just one of those things I kind of flicked by as I
Yeah.
was looking through the day's
But yeah,
feed or whatever.
now that was like the first thing. It was just panels they made up, but now it's like hexagonal tiles.
Yeah, yeah,
that are
like a honeycomb type.
7 inches sort of across, and it's like honeycomb. So if one of them breaks, just take that one out, put a new one
Yeah.
in, and it adapts to the circuit.
It's really cool. I'd love to see it.
amazing.
I'd love to see it in practice, and I think it's a really, really good idea.
Yeah, and they've said if they replace all American roadways, which is not going to happen, but if they replace every single roadway in America, it would produce 3 times the amount of energy America uses
Bloody
every
hell.
year. Like, it's just...
It's a no-brainer, isn't it? Really?
That's the word. That's what I was trying to come up with. Yeah,
It's a no-brainer. I mean, start with the M25 over here,
Fucking
and then
hell.
expand it.
That's a good idea. Close the M25 down to replace the road surface.
Thing is, it would always be on alert.
Yeah, that's a good point. Constantly, this
Would
road
always
is
be
closed,
red
lane
or something.
closed.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. You wouldn't have that because they wouldn't need to
No.
repaint the road. They wouldn't need to resurface it all the time.
Because it's electronic and
It's
it's
adaptable.
LEDs. Yeah.
It's amazing. And there's an Indiegogo campaign at the moment, and they're trying to raise like just $1 million because they need $1 million to get the next prototype working for these people.
Right, yeah.
For the investors, just to say, look, you can do it. And they've outside their workshop, they've got like a sort of like a 3 meter, 3 by 1 meter,
Yeah.
sort of working prototype.
Okay.
And the other thing as well, that they say if they have the paths, like the walkways next to the road as well. So if children step on the edge, it can alert the driver, like in the road. It can communicate
see.
with the road.
Like
It's
it
just-
gives like a ripple effect out from.
Well, no, it's just
or
like
whatever.
someone steps there, they're waiting to cross the road.
Yeah,
if it knows
the-
someone's waiting to cross the road further down, it say slow down because they might run out in front of you. It's
Yeah.
like it's amazing.
No, it's pretty.
It
cool.
is amazing. But yesterday when I looked, they had $600,000.
786.
Yeah,
Yeah.
$600,000 or $700,000. Today they've got 935,000. They've earned like well over $150,000 overnight.
That's insane.
But
Such a good idea, though.
I would say go on YouTube, look up a video called Solar Freaking Roadways because it's funny.
Right.
I was laughing when I was reading it. But it's just amazing. For like $150, this is their featured campaign. Look at that.
Yeah.
A moose walking across
That's
the
the
road.
picture I saw.
A
Actually.
moose walking across the road and the panels light up as it's walking so the
Like
driver
it's,
can see something's walking across the road.
Like it's doing a Billie Jean style.
It is, isn't it? It is a Billie Jean video. But the only thing that worries me is, are you going to see those LEDs during the day? And the road surface they come up with, because it's glass, but they
I was going to say, is it going to glare as well? That's the other thing.
They've come up with
I'm sure there'll be
a way to do it to reduce the glare,
Yeah.
but still let enough sunlight through to produce the energy.
Yeah.
For $150 donation, you get Solar Freaking Roadways combo pack, which is an organic T-shirt, a large coffee mug, and 3 bumper stickers.
Right.
It's $150, which is a lot of
That's
money
quite
for
a
that,
bit, isn't it?
But for what it is,
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, there's like different. You can donate just $5, $10, $25. If you donate, where is it? $1,000, you get a 4-inch glass hexagon. So it's like the material they're using. It's quite thick, but it still looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's just a cool fucking huge paperweight. Or for $10,000, you can get a 7-inch glass hexagon, which is actually containing the same texture surface as our full-size solar road panels, top and bottom layers. This will be a small working model, including solar cells, LEDs, and microprocessor.
That is,
so you kind of get a working prototype panel for $10,000.
It's a lot, but...
which shows you how much it costs to produce.
Yeah, if they're giving them away for that, then
it's well worth the investment. If they could get it working, they could get it doing. If they could get it working, like you could, when you park your electric car, if you get an electric car, park it in the car park,
and you could plug it into the road. It's producing the solar energy to charge your car, and it doesn't cost
anything. You would probably pay a little bit of money.
Yeah. Oh, obviously, because you're using the company's
if you're producing
technology.
That much energy from the sun, it reduces costs of everything. So like road tax would be less, petrol would be less, electricity would be less because the roads are producing the energy.
Yeah.
You're not burning any fossil fuels to produce electricity.
Yeah.
So it would bring the cost of everything down. So it's like you say, it's a no-brainer. It's something that should be done.
Yeah.
I don't know why they're asking them to raise money. Like the government should just go, yeah.
The more that we're talking about this, the less there should be a need for an Indiegogo campaign.
Exactly.
Like it just should be sponsored by the government, shouldn't it?
Well, apart from the fact that the government has invested in
the
taxes from burning fossil fuels.
But what they should then do is just, legalise marijuana everywhere, and that's where they'll make their taxes back.
Not that either of us smoke it,
no,
but they should do it.
No, not at all. But it makes sense, doesn't it? You can regulate
tax
that.
The sun, can they?
No, exactly.
But they could add tax. They could say, well, we need to produce this. They cost a lot of money, so your road tax will go up a tiny bit, but it'll cost you less everywhere else.
Yeah, it seems like any way you look at it, it's a really, really good idea.
Yeah.
And the more we talk about it, the more exciting it is to think
about. You watch the video. This is only America. That's the But you watch the video, you do go, oh my god, that's amazing.
It's the next kind of stepping stone to those magnetic roads from films like Minority Report and stuff like that, where you can then go vertically and...
The thing is, me being me, when I watched the video, I instantly wanted to go over to Instructables to see, can I make one of those? How can I make one? I don't know the first thing about it, but I want to make one.
I can only imagine it would be the most
difficult. So the first time
thing.
I saw a 3D printer, I wanted to build a 3D printer. Got no need for a 3D printer.
Oh, I'm sure you could find a use for it. Bloody hell.
A new holder for my bloody microphone.
Yeah. Shouldn't have to worry about that for too much longer after.
Hopefully.
A little while.
The pod.
Yeah.
So
I need more money for that.
That's
how you can pay us.
Yeah.
If you want to donate for the AVH pod.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you want to get that up and running, then But Solar Freaking Roadways on YouTube. Look up Solar Roadways on Indiegogo and go and donate because it's just ridiculous. They melt. Oh, that's the other thing. That is the other thing. They are heated as well.
Right.
So if it snows,
oh, I see. Yeah,
it melts the snow, and it's got little things. It's got little troughs underneath and to the side of it. So when the snow melts and the ice melts, there'd be no snow and ice on the roads or pathways. Incredible. So it melts the snow. The water goes through the cracks down the sides, and then they recycle that water, send it to a treatment plant.
I hope these people win the Nobel Prize at some point. Like, there's no way they shouldn't be.
Like, they've even thought about, so when the snow melts, what can we do? Oh, yeah, we can send it to a treatment centre for reusing the bloody water that's just melted on it. It's like, why is this not happening?
Just do it. For fuck's sake.
I mean, it is. I mean, like, they're easily going to reach their target now. There's 6 days left.
They've probably reached it while we've been recording.
Yeah, there's like 6 days left. And they need another $65,000. It's gonna happen.
Yeah,
it's surprised me that it's taken like 25 days to reach this amount of money. When but I think it's because they released their video, and those two, the husband and wife, they're quite calm. They're easygoing. They're talking. They're like, but
they're not selling it.
The people that work with them went, we're going to remake a video.
Yeah.
Or somebody else went, we're going to make a new video for them. And they've done the Solar Freaking Road. Even in it, they said, they wouldn't shout at you because they're too nice. So I'm going to shout at you instead.
Yeah.
And I think that video went viral and got everyone excited. So
it needs people to kind of, get excited about it and pass that kind of excitement on, doesn't it? Really?
Without the Solar Freaking Roadways video, I think they would have struggled.
Yeah.
But the fact that somebody went, I'm going to make a video for them, Solar Freaking, they just added the word freaking.
Well, yeah.
And everyone
And
just went,
there you
that's
go.
amazing. But it melts ice and snow.
It just should happen, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's just, it's
It does worry me what it would
ludicrous.
happen if they got wet, though, it being a glass surface.
I'm sure it'll be textured
It is
glass, though.
textured.
So it shouldn't be too bad. It just
Which
should-
also raises the problem of blind people with their crossings.
Mm.
Because they use textured crossing tiles
Yeah.
for the crossings. So they know where the crossing is. If it's all I suppose they could just change the texture slightly. For
Yeah.
that.
Or, yeah. I'm sure there'd be a way around it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Either way, go look up Solar Roadways. And
with
if
all
you
the
can,
money it
donate
saves, we could
because-
make eyes for people.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that would be the way around it.
Yeah, I mean, if these people can come up with this, I'm sure they could come up with bionic eyes.
Yeah. They
I
could
mean-
link up with the UN.
Oh, fucking amazing! It is exciting stuff.
That is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
Now, 5 days ago, at the Billboard Music Awards, Michael Jackson came back from the dead, didn't he?
Yeah, I only heard on a podcast just briefly about this. I don't actually know.
Yeah, they brought him back as kind of. The thing is, I couldn't find, and I trawled the internet yesterday.
Yeah.
A video of just the performance, but there isn't one.
Oh, okay.
It's just got these really stupid pundits talking over the top of
Oh,
it from
okay,
these
yeah.
internet entertainment
YouTubers.
shows with really fucking annoying voices.
Yeah.
Not even just YouTubers,
No,
like
but with the
yeah.
YouTube entertainment news people.
yeah.
The over the top.
Oh my god, guys, I got goosebumps. Can you see that?
Yeah. I know the person as well. I think. Guy with the glasses.
Go.
Oh, is it a girl? Okay, there's a guy. He's very flamboyant.
And yeah, so basically they brought him back looking like, I guess, early 90s Jacko with the kind of long curly hair.
Yeah, the You Are Not Alone video.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Earth song.
Yeah. But with the gold jacket and stuff like that.
Oh, and the glove.
Had him,
Sparkly gold jacket, sparkly glove,
Fingers
yep.
taped up,
Yep.
all the rest of it.
Yep.
But singing a song from his posthumous album that comes out fairly soon called Xscape.
Huh?
Yeah.
There's no videos of him performing those songs.
No.
So how can they do the lip syncing?
Well, it's computer generated, isn't it?
Is it CG, Michael?
Yeah.
So it's not actual video performance.
No, it's a hologram. It's
like
like
Biggie and Tupac. It was actual
basically,
video.
yeah, because they did. Yeah, I was going to say they did it with Tupac at Coachella in 2012. I
Yeah. So
believe.
with that, it was actual video of his performance.
Kind
Wasn't
of,
it?
but no, the way they do it actually, it's quite an old traditional form
It's
of
the
doing
Disneyland
stuff. It's,
haunted house.
Yeah, basically where you've got a person underneath the stage playing to a mirror, which is reflected up at a angle bits of perspex or something like that. So it appears that the ghost is up on stage.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but obviously they've had a performer do all the moves.
Right.
And then they've just basically layered Michael Jackson's appearance over the top.
Okay. Well, I think usually how it works is a video of something being projected onto the glass, or being projected onto the mirror, then onto the glass, which is what makes me think if they're using video of Michael Jackson performing that song to project onto the glass, but he's never performed that song other than in a studio. So how
It's all
do they
been
get that
digitally-
performed? So it might be a CG Michael Jackson
Yeah.
that they're projecting onto the glass.
Yeah, basically.
So, but with the,
But
like
it's
I say,
been-
with the Tupac, there was actual video of Tupac performing those songs,
Right, yeah.
which is
I
what
see
they
you
projected
mean.
onto the
Yeah,
glass.
yeah. No, this is a song that's coming out after he's died. It's quite interesting.
That album's supposed to be really good.
Yeah, it's I think it's being produced by Timbaland, isn't it, or someone like that.
It's just
basically.
studio
And
cuts,
it's-
like all the
yeah.
new Tupac albums.
Yeah.
It's stuff that's been recorded
Yeah,
that they've just produced. But it's supposed to be a fantastic album.
yeah. It's
And from
supposed to be
the
amazing.
brief clip I've heard on the advert, it does sound really good.
But
anyway.
it's just interesting because while I was watching this, because like I say, I couldn't find an actual video that was just the performance, which was a bit of a pain in the ass. What I also found, obviously, because we've had the Gorillas as well, they did a whole tour as the holograms, didn't they? Which was quite impressive.
Yeah.
but also they could interact with whoever else was on stage with them as well. It was just
very
interesting.
strange.
There is a Japanese pop star
Yes.
called Hatsune Miku.
Yes, I've seen this.
Who is entirely fictitious. Like, she doesn't exist. She's not based on anyone because she's actually a cartoon character.
Yes.
And she sells out arenas in Japan. It's insane.
Do you know who voices it?
Who voices it?
A computer.
Oh,
Even
that's
the voice
it. Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
real.
No, that's the other thing. It's
She's
not even.
totally-
Yeah, it's not even that it's an actress.
So they don't even have to pay a voice performer.
No, it's mental. Voiced by a singing synthesizer application.
It's incredible. Biggest pop
It's
star in Japan.
Amazing. And I'd never heard of her before.
No, I had last
And
year sometime.
Now it's just like, it's insane. I mean, because I watched bits of her,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
its concerts,
Yeah.
and people go mental for it.
It's incredible, isn't
It's the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life.
It's proper J-pop, though.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you have to be into that sort of music to really appreciate it.
well, I think it's not just that. It's you can appreciate what it is, like the amount of effort that goes into these kind of things, because really it's I don't even know how to describe it,
But the thing
but
is,
she's an entire brand.
it must cost so much money to do, because they don't just use a portion of the stage; they use the whole stage.
Yeah, and it's interesting to me that this is
A thing.
yeah. I'd never heard of it before. I mean, obviously I'd realised that you can do these kinds of things with stuff like the Gorillas, but it's very small, one tour only kind of things. But this is an entire persona.
Yeah, I mean, do you think, when like the Gorillas thing happened,
Yeah.
and, like all the UK was going, this is incredible, all this technology, it's amazing. Do you think Japan were going, what? That's old.
Yeah, and they're blatantly standing behind a screen performing these things.
Yeah, that has, like, she's terrifying. That would scare me,
I think
because she looks like an anime character.
Yeah, I mean the thing with the Michael
Big blue
Jackson
hair.
and the Tupac, and I think they didn't do it with Freddie Mercury, did they? At the Olympics, they kind of put it on a light display type thing, wasn't it? It wasn't actually a hologram.
Yeah.
But the things with the holograms, like the Tupac one and the Michael Jackson one, is it strikes that weird kind of uneasy feeling when you watch it because it's not real. You can tell.
But I think the problem with those as well is they project them life size.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I think that Hatsune Miku, she's a bit oversized.
Yeah, she's about.
But she's a cartoon.
I'd say she was about 12 feet.
Is that
because if you look at the stage here, she looks massive, but I don't know whether that's a screen.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm not sure. Maybe she grows. Maybe she changes
Depends where
dimensions.
she's standing or where the
you
picture's
can
taken
do
from.
that because she's not real.
Yeah. You can change the size. You can make her transform.
And she's got, for those of you who can't see, which is everyone, she's got like really, really long blue hair and two pigtails down the side of herself.
She's definitely appealing to a certain demographic.
Yeah,
male.
the big kind of anime eyes, very short skirt, stockings, the lot. But I was honestly, I was blown away by it because
How long did you spend watching videos?
Not a long time.
Oh,
I was busy yesterday as well. But
I thought you found it and just watched all night.
I thought I might, when I've got some time, actually go and properly just watch some videos because it really has captured my imagination.
But the funniest thing is you're not watching her, you're watching the crowd.
Yeah, kind of analysing like...
Why is this a thing?
Why are you so into this? I don't really... Well, I do get it, but I don't at the same time because it's not a person that...
Yeah.
I'd like to know who comes up with the songs. I'd like to know the
musician. Or,
like 10 really nerdy guys all sat around laptops engineering this pop music.
It's the fans.
Really?
I think the fans do as well.
Wow.
I don't think to start with. I think you can get all you can write the songs and stuff. Yeah, I
Okay.
believe so.
Right.
I might be wrong in thinking that, but why not?
Well, yeah.
You
I
just
suppose.
make a song, you download the voice synthesizer because it's probably available. You program in the words,
Yeah.
and you send it to them. And if people vote on it, then she'll perform it. I would assume. I would
Yeah.
imagine that's how it can work. Why not? It's not a real voice performer.
No, exactly.
And
yeah.
why pay composers to sit there in a studio
Yeah,
and
when
write
the fans
songs when
can
your fans
deliver
will do
it
it
for
for
free.
nothing?
Yeah, good point.
It's genius.
It is. It's
Whoever came up with
absolutely
it is-
insane.
It only would work in Japan.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it would catch on over here as
No.
much as it's a really, really interesting and really, really kind of original and just cutting edge and
Yeah.
everything. I can't see it. Like, it's got to be in that kind of anime manga.
There's no celebrity culture attached to her. She has no private life
No.
for anyone to get interested in.
That's why she'd never be popular here. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, there'll be no sex scandal.
Nope, nothing like that.
There'll be no just falling out of nightclubs at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Getting into a taxi with
Coked
a
off
skirt
her
and no
face.
knickers,
Yeah.
I mean, there could be.
I'm
fans
sure
could
that there'll
make
be some
videos. Yeah, yeah.
fan-made videos.
Oh, I'm sure
out
there is somewhere.
Tentacles.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, it's really interesting. If you've not heard of her, go and look up Hatsune Miku. That is Hatsune Miku.
Yeah.
And
It's definitely
just look
interesting.
at the live performances.
I can't remember. I think it was when I was looking up holograms and how the technology works. I think it was probably after I went to Disneyland last year. I went to the haunted house, and I looked it up, and I think I stumbled across it and was just
Yeah.
like, "What the hell is this? This is so weird." Because Matt, our friend, he's interested in that technology because I think Alton Towers has it in their haunted house as well.
Okay.
And he got really interested in it, and he actually made a hologram box.
Really?
Yeah, like
He was
had-
quite a clever guy, wasn't he,
He's-
Matt?
Yeah, it's just a shame
Yeah.
he kind of had.
We've covered it
has
before.
Mental health problems.
Yeah.
But yeah, he made this box where you could just put an object in the bottom and then it would appear, and you had the light shining from
Wow.
the back, and the object would appear, and you could put your hand into the room, and you could go to. He had it set up like a living room,
Yeah.
like a doll's house, where I think the wardrobe was real, but the chair in the middle of the room was a hologram, and you put your hand in, you go to grab it, because you've got to have a certain type of mirror. It's got to be like because mirrors work. You've got the mirror surface, and then you've got a bit of glass over the top, which is why some things can look quite ghosted.
Yeah.
But if you have a mirror without the glass front, then the projection looks like a solid object.
Okay.
So when he was putting his hand in and going to grab it and it wasn't there, it's just very, very clever.
Wow.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a front surface mirror, they're called.
Okay.
Don't ever get fingerprints on them.
Yeah, I
they're
bet. Yeah,
pain
because
to clean.
yeah, bloody hell.
But yeah, so that's what they use in projectors.
Yeah.
Sorry, I looked up
No,
how to build a projector as
Yeah.
well once.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, so yeah, amazing. Hatsune Miku. Hatsune.
Check it out.
Very strange. But yeah,
I think I'm going to end on a list.
yes.
It's something that I found on the internet the other day. Now, I've heard that there some fast food type places have secret menus.
yeah.
Like, for example, Starbucks or something like that.
Yeah,
you
you
can
can-
order certain things
And they have
that
to make
aren't
it
on the
for you.
menu, but they know
Yeah.
if you know. Now, apparently, because some of these I think are a little bit kind of
Tongue in cheek.
yeah, but some of them apparently, like, they've asked people who've worked for McDonald's, and these are genuine things that you can
Yeah.
ask for.
And it depends if it's over here or America. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I would imagine so. But you know, some of the names are a little bit, like I say, tongue in cheek, but some of them are genuine.
Yeah.
Genuine.
Genuine.
I
That's a
don't
new
know.
word for us.
Jesus Christ! So you got the land, sea, and air burger, which is beef, chicken, and fillet of fish all stacked in one bun.
I don't know what the air part of it is.
Chicken,
Do they
except
fly?
they don't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know.
They've got wings though.
Yeah, they got wings. But then they've got how to order it. You just ask for a burger, a fillet of fish, and a McChicken, and then assemble it yourself. See, this is the thing with this article. Like, some of it's
That's
like,
not a secret menu.
No.
That's just ordering three
No, I
things and
know.
slapping it together. That's yeah.
yeah. And again, the McGangbang, which is
Okay.
or a McBitchin, which is a McChicken patty stuffed between the two patties of the McDouble.
Yeah, see, we don't have a McDouble.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't even have a McChicken.
No, poor
I
man's Big
suppose,
Mac.
yeah, McChicken sandwich is technically called, isn't it?
I suppose, yeah. Is it? I don't
Yeah.
know. I never ever order chicken from McDonald's or Burger King.
No.
'Cause-
No, chicken from Burger King.
Really?
I do, yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
Royale.
I don't know. I don't. It's something that I'm like. If I want chicken, I'll do KFC instead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I should try it one day.
No, the
Report back.
Royale from Burger King is really nice.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a go. The poor man's Big Mac. Basically, order a McDouble with special sauce, lettuce, and onion.
Yeah. What is a McDouble? Is it just a double patty?
I guess so. Yeah, you
Like a
can
double
get double
cheeseburger.
cheeseburgers.
So
here,
that's
can't
maybe
you?
what
It's
the
basically
McDouble
that,
is,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah.
I do like a Big Mac.
Then you got a 2 cheeseburger meal, but I thought you could have that anyway.
You order a cheeseburger meal and then a cheeseburger.
Yeah. But apparently you can ask for a 2 cheeseburger meal, and
Oh, okay.
they know
All right.
to do that. Apparently, that is a real one.
Yeah.
Then we've got what's this? The Big McChicken, which is basically where you get 3 McChickens and a Big Mac, but use the chicken bits as the bun.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, so there's no bun because KFC came out with something like it a few years ago where it was just all chicken,
Yeah.
and I can't remember what it was called, but it was like the low carb version, like it's all protein because it's
yeah.
just chicken on chicken on chicken.
But still fatty.
Yeah,
The problem with fast food, it is dirty wherever you get it
Oh,
from.
yeah,
There is
yeah.
no health. Subway, maybe.
and they've got this Monster Mac,
Oh my
which
god.
effectively is 4 Big Macs.
That's horrible.
Because they used to serve back in the day one called the Mega Mac, which I used to have all the time,
Yeah.
and you could only get it in large or super size.
Was that the four? Was that four bits of bread?
Yeah, it was basically 2 Big Macs shoved together,
Yeah. So you got the top bun, and then you've got
2
two middle
burgers,
buns. Yeah.
then another 2, and then. Oh no, maybe it was the same as a Big Mac, but instead of having 1 burger between each, it just had 2 instead.
Fucking hell. I just can't.
They got rid of that around about the same time as fucking
Too
hell.
many S's in that sentence.
Yeah,
I know what
around
you're
about
saying.
the same time as Super Size Me came
Good.
out.
Well done.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
letting you. I was going to say it for you, and I thought, no, I'm going to let him.
No, let
Need
him do
that
it.
sense of achievement.
But yeah, for some reason they reckon that
4 Big Macs.
4 Big Macs put together is a good idea.
Just looking at that makes me need to go to the toilet.
The grilled cheese, which is just a
Piece of cheese in a
a
bun.
slice of cheese and a hamburger bun.
I
Apparently
actually-
that's a real thing as well.
I have a story.
Yeah.
When we were at school, we went into town. I think it was after school, and we said to my friend, "Going to McDonald's and order a cheeseburger without the cheese." Like this was like a secret menu
Right,
thing.
yeah.
Like, want a cheeseburger without. So my friend went, "Oh, can I have cheeseburger without cheese, please?" So do you want a hamburger? No, I want a cheeseburger without the cheese. Yeah, that's a hamburger. Look, I'm ordering a cheeseburger. Eventually, after this argument, what came out was a hamburger in a cheeseburger wrapper.
Right.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They did it. They made a hamburger and put it in a cheeseburger
And
wrapper.
this is the thing. I think that these things, I think these things are all kind of born out of that kind of that kind of thing, isn't
But
it?
that was just a joke, and then they did like I suppose he put such a convincing argument in there, just make a hamburger and put it in a cheeseburger
Yeah,
wrapper.
just do it to get rid of him.
Yeah,
Then they've got a McKinley Mac. I don't know what McKinley
wasn't it?
I'm gonna say, but it's-
Senator
could have been, I suppose.
or something. I don't know. I
don't
think
really know.
American politics.
But this is basically the quarter pounder version of the Big Mac.
So it's 2 quarter pounders.
Yeah.
Wow. That I would order.
Yeah, I
'Cause
think I would
love
as
Big
well.
Macs, but I also love a quarter pounder.
Because it says you can order the Big Mac with quarter pounder patties. Apparently that is a
But
thing
then
if
the
you ask
buns
for.
would be too small.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Yeah. Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? But
Unless American quarter pounders are just thicker. See, ours
Yeah,
are
maybe.
ours are bigger,
wider.
Whereas, yeah, they look really thick.
Yeah. Apparently that is a thing. Fresh chicken McNuggets.
Oh, so just
basically, like, instead of getting the ones that have been on the heat plate, you can ask for them fresh.
Yeah.
And they do, in fact, cook
That's
them
fair.
fresh for you. Apparently, that is a thing, which
Yeah.
I've never thought to have asked.
So, in essence, you get some warm chicken nuggets.
Yeah, basically.
As opposed to the cold ones that have just been sat there.
Yeah.
That always confuses me when you go to McDonald's and you get hot fries.
Yeah. Yeah, they
They taste much better, but
Oh.
it's just a bit weird because they're never
because they're not
they're
been
not soggy because they've been
sat on the side soaking up all the other grease.
Oh.
But yeah, a guy said he used to work at McDonald's, and if you order, especially chicken nuggets, just ask for them fresh.
Yeah.
Apparently, you can ask for all sorts of things fresh,
Yeah.
like chips, I guess, fresh.
Yeah.
So that's something that I might be employing in the future, just to make sure that I don't get those chips.
You might have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I
but
don't care.
they're
They'll
fresh.
taste better and they'll be crispier.
Well, it's like when you used to go in there and you ask for fries, but you don't want them salted because
Yeah.
they fucking coat them in salt.
Yeah, they really
which I
do.
love. But yeah, you can ask it, but then they have to cook them fresh.
Yeah. Apparently, there's a timer that they keep on the heater, and once it goes off, they should take those chicken nuggets off.
Oh, really?
But apparently, 9 times out of 10, when the timer goes off, people just reset the timer instead of making new ones.
I've heard the timer go off. It's that horrible bell,
Yes, yeah.
and they just flick. Always thought it was for the chips, for
Nope.
the cooking time.
Apparently, it's for
okay.
keeping things out on the heat plate.
Oh, really? Interesting.
They should be taken off after a certain amount of time.
Oh, that's definitely interesting.
Yeah. Then there's the McCrape, but I don't think we get these things over here.
No. What is that?
The pie McFlurry.
Yeah.
Where's it
What's
gone?
better than a McDonald's apple pie?
Basically,
Oh my God.
ordering an apple pie and putting it in a McFlurry.
Wow. Well, because apple pie and ice cream is nice.
Yeah,
So why wouldn't you put
yeah.
and the McDonald's apple pies?
So that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Neapolitan shake, of course, is all of the flavours together.
Never thought of that.
No, apparently that is a thing that they can do. Apparently, if you can just ask for that. That's one of the ones. Chicken McGriddle, but then
I think the McGriddle is the McMuffin, isn't
yeah,
it?
it is basically. So you've got to wait until the time is right
So
and order.
just as the crossover
Yeah.
of meal to like breakfast. Yeah, 'cause
Breakfast
I was going to
goes
say
to
'cause you can't
lunch.
get chicken
No.
and McMuffin at the same
No,
time.
but apparently, or what they did as well was go in at breakfast and then go back at lunch. But then why would you do that? Because one of
You'd
them's
go in. So what is it? 10:30 or 10?
10 o'clock, isn't it? I
10
don't
o'clock.
know.
So you go in at 11:55 and order your muffin, and then you wait 5 minutes and then order a chicken.
Yeah. It's going to be warmer. It's going to be nicer, surely.
I do like the muffin buns.
But yeah, those are those ones.
Yeah.
So that was quite interesting. So there's actually some quite interesting
some
ones in
horrible
there
ones, but there's
with
some really
the
nice
ridiculous as well.
I like the pie McFlurry. That sounds nice.
Yeah, it'd probably
The
be the best thing
Neapolitan
on
shake
there.
just makes sense.
Yeah, the Big Mac made out of quarter pounders. That sounds like the only burger worth getting, to be fair.
Yeah, the 4 Big Macs.
I had a Big
don't-
Mac the other day when I went over to, it was a couple of weeks ago, and it was just the most shriveled looking thing in the world. It was awful.
Yeah,
I remember them being bigger, but then maybe that's because I was smaller.
yeah. But definitely the Big Mac quarter pounder. Yeah.
Good idea.
Awesome. There you go. There's some ideas for your next
Indeed,
McDonald's trip.
there are, yeah. Now, do you want
Especially
me
to
go
our
on with
United
this one,
Statesians, for
or-
instance. We can do over an hour.
I'm just wondering, because it's just a
How long are
list
we
of...
going to spend on it, though?
Not too long. No, let's leave it until next week.
Yes,
It's a thing that's...
We're going to end our shows with lists.
Yes, this is what's going to happen now. But yeah, things to ponder this week. You know, whether robots should be used for war or just entertainment purposes.
And if you're more of an environmentalist, go look for
Go
solar
look for-
freaking roadways.
And donate some money.
Yes. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's exciting.
That's really
Tron in real
this
life.
this whole
That's what
week.
they
This
call it.
whole week of like, yes, it'll be Tron, won't it?
Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tron only real life in the solar freaking robots. They said it's going to look like Tron, only to be real.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And we just get some jumpsuits with neon down
All
the side
you
of
need to
them.
do, you get a solar roadway going, and then you get that. Have you ever seen the video of the real? Someone actually built a Tron light
Yes.
cycle.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yes.
Technology.
this whole week of news has actually really captured my imagination about technology.
Definitely.
Because technology in my life is fucking up at the moment anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
But
No, ours did. We had trouble
this
with our
is true,
bloody
yeah.
setup this morning.
But yeah, so things to consider: hacking the McDonald's menu, and
Tie that into technology. Hacking.
more than just a hat stand, me mate.
Yeah. Hacking McDonald's menus. Killer robots. Solar freaking robots. Yeah.
Awesome. So for this episode of Anywhere But Here this week, I've been Tom.
I've been Ant.
Bye.